Welcome. This is Amazing Network, and in our today's session, the topic of today is New Start. It's a very interesting session that I want to welcome all our viewers to listen to this session, and I hope you are going to enjoy. I'm Jackson, together with my brother James and our director, Mr. Charles Odero. Thank you all, and I welcome you. And before I call my brother James to illustrate to us this new start, let me just pose him a question. Brother James, can you kindly tell our viewers what this topic new start entails and how important it is in our day-to-day activities? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Jackson. So in New Start, we are looking at our health, because your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. Very, very important. So you are looking at our health. So this New Start, by the end time we are done, you'll find, I want to believe that all of us will be blessed, and even you as a viewer, you will be really blessed, because it will help you to make very important changes in your life, or rather in your health. New Start. New Start. So the word New Start, you just write it as New Start, up, going downwards. So New Start, you just write New Start, from up going down. So the first letter is letter N. Okay. So the letter N stands for nutrition and lifestyle. Nutrition and lifestyle. You know, you are what you eat. So you should not just eat anything for the sake of eating, because whatever you consume, that is gonna affect your health. You should always be very careful of what you eat, because that is going to affect you. They say that if you don't take food as medicine, then you will have to take medicine as food. And so, Brother Jackson, allow me to make this a brief explanation or comparison between two generations. We have a generation after the flood and a generation before the flood. The generation before the flood, which lived 2,000 years before the flood, was called antediluvial world. But after the flood, then we had another generation after the flood. If you look at our patriarch Abraham, when he was 90, the Bible refers to him as being old at 90. Now, we want to compare this generation after the flood and the antediluvial generation before the flood. Okay? Before the flood, this generation lived on a plant-based diet that was commanded by God in Genesis chapter 1 verses 29. It is in Genesis chapter 9 verses 3 where God allowed man to take flesh. So you get the difference from how these two generations were. Okay? Now, if you look, so God's ideal diet for man was a plant-based diet. But he allowed in Genesis 9:23. Now look at this generation. Genesis, if you read Genesis chapter 5, we look at our great-grandparent Adam, okay? Adam lived for, can you look at these ages? Adam lived for 930 years. Then his son Seth lived for 912 years. The son of Seth, called Enos, lived for 905 years. The son of Enos, called Cainan, lived for 910 years. The son of Cainan, called Mahalalel, lived for 895 years. The son of Mahalalel, called Jared, lived for 962 years. Then the son of Jared, called Enoch, lived for 365 years, and we all know Enoch was taken by God to heaven. Okay. Then the son of Enoch, Methuselah, lived for 969 years. The one who lived the longest on earth. He was just 31 years away from a millennium. Then after Methuselah, his son was Lamech, who lived for 777 years. Then after Lamech, his son Noah lived for 600 years before the flood. Then 350 years after the flood, totaling to 950 years. Can you imagine? Can you see the difference? They were stronger, huge, healthier than the generation after. They lived longer than the generation after the flood, because this generation, the antediluvial world, lived on a plant-based diet compared to this generation after the flood, which now started consuming wealth. So you can see what you affects your health. In a way, even the number of years that you can live. Again, the lifestyle. For example, most of the time, like our ladies, there's also this melanin. Our skin has a pigment called melanin that protects our bodies against harmful ultraviolet rays. But you see somebody decides to do what? To remove it. If you remove it, now, if you remove that melanin, you leave your body vulnerable, which is very, very wrong. So lifestyle, research says that more than 70% of diseases that affect us are from lifestyle diseases. So how do you live? What to do? It's very, very important to note that. Then next is
letter E.
Next is letter E, which stands for what? Exercise. Which stands for exercise. Exercise is very, very important. Yeah, so exercise is very important. Always ensure that at least in a day, you have at least 30 minutes to exercise. Where you can walk. You don't always have to be in a matatu, in a bodaboda. Where you can walk, please try and walk. Exercise is good for your health. It makes you stronger and it makes you look younger. Very, very important. Then our next letter is
letter W.
W. Our body, 75% of our body constitutes of water. You need water. The body consists of water, 75%. If you defecate, that is water. For you to urinate, the body has to take that urea in the body, mix it with water so that you can remove it as urine. You always need water, please. Water is good for your body. Then after W, we have
S.
We have S, which stands for sunlight. Always ensure that at least you have time to get sunlight. Is very important for your health, and it is a privilege that you get a nutrient without eating. Very important, sunlight. Also good for the kids. It makes you have a strong bone. It's also very, very important for your health. Then after S, we have
letter T.
We have letter T, temperance. Please eat please, kuwa kiasi. Just eat enough. Don't eat too much, or don't eat a lot of food. You have to mix everything. No, just as if you are in a competition with food. Please just eat enough. Umeenda pahali unapata hapo chapati, for example ni buffet ama ni kwa sheni kwa harusi, hiyo pilau weka hapa, chapati hiyo rundika, hiyo brown sija hiyo bandika, hiyo nyama sija hiyo bandika, hiyo karanga pia bandika, hiyo ndizi weka, hiyo samosa mtapata kula weka, hiyo ni nini melon weka, anayo ndizi pia weka, animalize nayo chungwa pia weka. Sani meja, no, just take enough. Don't mix more than 4. Just if you're taking food, just take 4 types or 3 to 4 types. Enough. That is enough. You don't have to take too much. The body will only absorb what it requires. That's all. Then after temperance,
we have letter A.
We have letter A, which stands for air. Air is very important for our health. Always say, sure, like here we have trees. There's a relations and dependence between we human beings and trees. Is very, very important. We take oxygen which comes from plants, and then we remove carbon dioxide which the plant uses for photosynthesis, and then gives us the oxygen. Then we use it, and the cycle continues. So fresh air is very important for our health. Then after A is
letter R.
R is rest. Always ensure that you have rest. It's always advisable you can go for the 8-8-8 for 24 hours. 8 hours rest, 8 hours work, 8 hours sleep. But even if it doesn't go that way, always ensure that at least you have rest so that you don't suffer from fatigue. Then
and finally letter T.
Then T, which is trust in God. Trust in God. If you do all these things, but you don't trust in God, all in vain. Very, very important. Trust in God. And research has shown that even patients in hospitals, any patient in hospitals who believe in God, research was done, they found that patients who believe in God recover faster than the patients who do not believe in God. Okay, so trust in God is very, very important very, very important in you. Do all these things and trust in God. As I conclude, may God help you to have a good health. This is Amazing Network. If you love to support the Amazing Network, be very free to support this program through 0721-893-865. 0721-893-865. James Adea. You can always support it so that you can reach so many people and make it better. And God bless you.